One way or another, my boys, we have some pretty great news for Xenoverse 2 or the series of Xenoverse in general, and potentially, like I've always said, I believe will happen at some point in time, Xenoverse 3. Now, I'm not saying what we're talking about in this video right here confirms Xenoverse 3 by any means, because it does not. Let me get that out and clear right away. But at the same time, there was something interesting talked about and said by the game producers at the Dragon Ball Battle Hour panel yesterday. There was a panel at Dragon Ball Battle Hour where there was just questions being asked to the producers of Dragon Ball games, things along those lines, and this was one of them, or one of the answers to a question that was asked talking about Xenoverse and sparking. Now, this tweet comes out from the homie Super Chronicles. Huge shout out to the homie for this tweet right here. Be sure to check out his Twitter. It is linked down below in the description. Now, what was said, I'm assuming, was again a question about Xenoverse and sparking, how they're going to run together, things like that, right? And the answer was Xenoverse and sparking series are going to run alongside one another to provide specific experiences the other game cannot. Game producers panel at Dragon Ball Battle Hour 24. So this right here I found very interesting for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, the fact that they don't mention Xenoverse 2 but mention Xenoverse as a series, I did find interesting. Again, that does not confirm Xenoverse 3 by any means, but I did find that interesting without a doubt. But the other thing that is very interesting in my opinion is the simple fact that they said this series is going to run alongside the Sparking series. Now, if we look back at the last three major Dragon Ball games that were released for consoles and things like that, right? We have Xenoverse 2, we got Fighters, and we got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I do not consider Dragon Ball Breakers a major Dragon Ball game by any means. That was more of a little side game that was released. I don't know exactly the main purpose behind it. Maybe there's going to be something involved with Dragon Ball the Breakers at some point in time that links to Xenoverse 2 even more than it does already. But just the simple fact that the game was like, what, 20-30 bucks should show you it was not a major Dragon Ball game by any means. Sparking is the next major Dragon Ball game that will be coming out, and I do fully expect this game to get probably at least like 5 years of DLC, similar to how Xenoverse 2 has been around for what, 9 years or something like that. I believe it's going on 9 years this year when we get around to October, but it is over 8 years old. Then we got Fighters, that's about to be 7 years if it's not already. I think it released in January actually of 2017, and we're in January of 2024 as of right now. And then you also got Kakarot, which has been getting content since it released as well, and I believe that was about 5 years ago at this point in time. So again, the last major three Dragon Ball games have all gotten 5 years of DLC content, and I do expect something similar to happen with Sparking Zero. But for Xenoverse to run alongside Sparking Zero, that is like saying that it will get 5 more years of content at the very least. And if it was all to just be for XV2, that would be kind of insane. Like, to see Xenoverse 2 get another 5 years of additional content would be kind of wild in my opinion. I don't see a game getting 13-ish kind of years of DLC. I mean, it's crazy that we're already at 8 years of DLC with this game right here, but to get 13 would just be on another level of insanity. So to me, it almost feels like, you know, at some point in time, I've always said I do think that Xenoverse 3 would happen, and this kind of furthers my hope for that. Again, this does not confirm that by any means, but like I said, I just don't see Xenoverse 2 getting another 5 years of content, and for Xenoverse as a game, or Xenoverse as a game and series to run alongside Sparking Zero, it would have to get something around that. But either way, at the end of the day, this is great news regardless, because we are going to be getting more Xenoverse content one way or another, whether it's Xenoverse 2 or eventually the drop of Xenoverse 3 at some point in time, which, like I said, I do still think will happen without a doubt. It's just a matter of being patient and waiting on it. It's definitely not close. It's not around the corner. I think they're going to at least let Sparking Zero shine on its own as the new major Dragon Ball game for at the very least a year, if not like a year and a half to 2 years, before we see another major release of a Dragon Ball game, and I think the next one again would most likely be Xenoverse 3. That's my expectations, that's my predictions, but it doesn't mean anything is confirmed by any means. The one thing that you can say is confirmed from this though is that Xenoverse is not going anywhere as a game in Xenoverse 2 or potentially a series with Xenoverse 3. So one way or another, the Xenoverse fan base seems like it's going to be eating for quite some time in the future, if it definitely is going to run alongside Sparking Zero, like they said at the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour panel. Because again, I do fully expect Sparking Zero to probably get around 5 years of content or something close to that, just similar to how the last 3 major Dragon Ball games have. Like literally all 3 of them are still getting content to this day. Xenoverse 2, we're waiting for DLC 18. Dragon Ball FighterZ, we're waiting for rollback netcode, and I fully believe that after rollback does come out, we probably will see more DLC for that game. I mean, Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo alone are just a major money pot that they are sitting on when it comes to that game. If those characters were to be released after rollback does come out, that would be major profits that Bandai and Arc System Works definitely would make. And then you got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot just got its new DLC announced literally yesterday at Battle Hour. We got the trailer for it, all things like that, and there most likely will be more DLC even after that. So again, I do expect something similar to happen for Sparking Zero as well, and I just, you know, my hopes and predictions are not that Xenoverse 2 will get another 5 years of content, but who really knows? We don't know for sure what the future holds, but like I said, I do expect and predict that Xenoverse 3 will happen at some point in time, and this tweet right here does kind of further that hope. But at the very least, you can take away from this that the Xenoverse series, like I said before, is not going anywhere anytime soon, my boy. So this is definitely great news for not only Xenoverse 2, but potentially the series of Xenoverse in general, because I mean, the fact that we will be getting content even close to how long Sparking Zero does is just absolutely amazing if you're a Xenoverse fan and you love the Xenoverse series in general. So let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. But till next time, my boys, thank you guys so much for watching. Truly hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, hope you have a good one. Peace, y'all.